The Gary Bears, the Chicago Bears have been one of the most surprising teams of 2025, making the playoffs for the first time since 2020 when they were 8-8. Now, they just pulled off one of the most incredible comebacks in playoff history. And let me tell you why this team might just win the Super Bowl. First, let's talk about what makes this Bears defense special. This is a Dennis Allen coach defense who was previously with the Saints and made them into an elite defense. Now the Bears defense has been pretty all season, being in the bottom 5 of most total yards per game allowed, but they led the entire NFL with 31 takeaways during the regular season, and that was with key starters missing throughout the season in the secondary and linebacker position. And Deshaun Wright came out of nowhere this season with 7 takeaways when he filled in for Tyreek Stevenson. Now Jaylon Johnson has been injured for most of the regular season and came back just in time for playoffs, but he hasn't looked like himself and seems like he was rushed back. Same thing with Kyler Gordon, because if you watch the Packers game, you can see that they're both getting burned by receivers in the first half of the Packers game. But here's the key. In the playoffs, one turnover can change everything. One pick, one fumble recovery, one momentum swing. And the Bears have the personnel to create those game-changing moments. And in the wild card game, the Bears forced a fumble 3 times, but failed to recover any of them. And just one of those fumbles being recovered could have changed the whole game. Now the Bears have been slow at times in the first half, but the Bears' second half adjustments are also among the best in the NFL. In the second half, the Bears offense tops the league in EPA per play. Chicago's yards per play jumps from 5.3 in the first half to 6.1 in the second half, which is second best in the NFL. And the Bears' points per drive jumps from 2.05 in the first half to 2.88 in the second, which is the 4th best in the NFL. Now let's talk about number 18. Caleb Williams has 7 fourth quarter comebacks this season, including the wild card game, most for any quarterback under 25. Against the Packers, he threw for 361 yards, a Bears playoff record, with 184 of those yards coming in the 4th quarter alone. And it's not just the stats. Williams has that clutch gene. At USC, he was named comeback king for doing the same exact thing. Williams is also reading defenses better every single week, and most importantly, he believes they can win any game. Ben Johnson also deserves the credit. The Bears were 7-2 in one-score games through the first 15 weeks this season. Last season, they were 2-6 in one-score games through the first 15 weeks. He's completely changed the whole team, locker room atmosphere, and rallied the team around him, whereas Eberflus couldn't even motivate me to make a sandwich.
We talked about toughness, we talked about finish for the man next to you. Right? And you guys did that today.
Brother, this guy stinks!
And here's a name the entire NFL is starting to learn. Colston Loveland. This rookie tight end just put up 137 yards in a playoff game. That's the most by a rookie tight end since 1988. And he's become Williams' security blanket. 8 catches for 137 against the Packers, including that clutch 2-point conversion. Loveland has 90+ yards in 3 straight games. He led the Bears in receptions and receiving yards for the regular season. This isn't a fluke. He is a serious threat on the field. And when you add in DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Luther Burden with DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai out of the backfield, this offense has the weapons to move the ball. And let's not forget about Joe Thuney. Not only has he been one of the best guards in the league, he has won the divisional game almost every year he's been with the Patriots and every year with the Chiefs, and just left the Chiefs last year to join the Bears. Is it a coincidence that the Chiefs didn't even make the playoffs this year? He was also a part of the 28-3 comeback that the Patriots had against the Falcons during Super Bowl 51. And Bears defensive lineman Grady Jarrett was with the Falcons on the other side of the comeback. And they both talked about their experiences during training camp and let it be known that no game is ever over. And in a recent interview, Tyson Bagent, the backup quarterback for the Bears, talked about how Ben Johnson brought the team back to this moment when they talked about the game during the halftime of the Green Bay game. Case Keenum is another player that is talking about his experiences in the playoffs. He's the 3rd string quarterback for the Bears and was the QB that threw the Minneapolis Miracle Ball. The next game, they got destroyed by the Eagles 38-7. He told the team that no matter how emotional and significant their win was against the Packers, none of that affects the next week and they need to now focus on the Rams. You can see now the Bears have real leaders on this team and leaders with real playoff experiences. That's more important than you think. Now let's talk about Ben Johnson's magic. He's in his first season as a head coach, and he's already got this team in the divisional round as a 2 seed, 11-6 record, NFC North champions for the first time since 2018. Johnson came from Detroit with a reputation as an offensive genius, but look at what he's done for this entire team. The culture change is real. 7 fourth quarter comebacks. That's not luck. That's a team that believes in their coach and their system. First year head coaches making deep playoff runs isn't common, but it happens. And when you got a defensive guru like Allen and a young offensive mind like Johnson working together, you've got something special. And this team is peaking at the right time. They faced adversity all season long and found ways to win. Now here's where it gets real. The Bears host the Rams this Sunday at Soldier Field. Home field advantage in January. The crowd will be electric. The weather to the Bears' advantage. The low temperature is expected to be 8 degrees with a feels like at -6 with gusts of wind up to 21 miles per hour and a chance of snow. To prepare, the Bears have been practicing without heaters to get ready for the cold. And the Rams, kinda hard to prepare for a cold game when you're practicing in 80-degree weather. Now the last time the Bears played in the game this cold was against the Browns, where it was single-digit temperatures at home. Bears dominated. And the Rams' coldest game this season was against the Panthers at 45 degrees. That's shorts weather for Chicago. And oh yeah, the Rams are lost and Stafford threw 2 picks. Stafford has also recently been dealing with sprained index finger on his throwing hand. Pair that injury with the cold and that could really impact his grip and timing. On top of that, Matthew Stafford is 1-9 in cold, rainy, or snowy conditions since joining the Rams, and his completion percentage drops when the temperature falls below 20 degrees. Can't forget that Sean McVay is 0-4 at Soldier Field, and the Rams haven't won Chicago since 2003. Now, if they beat the Rams, they're 1 game away from the Super Bowl and will verse either the 49ers, which was a shootout last time they played and the Bears also had key defenders missing, or the Seahawks, who have a really scary defense, but in my opinion, their offense and Darnold is holding them back. I think the Bears will be able to create turnovers against Darnold, and if they can score like they have been, I think they will be able to come out with a win. And here's the thing, nobody expected them to be here. They're playing with house money. The pressure is on teams like the Seahawks and 49ers, and the Bears can compete with real teams, beating the Eagles, Steelers, Packers, and to play away from beating the 49ers during their last matchup. And let me also mention this, the Bears have always kept it close when playing the Packers. It's just something that happens, whether it's a mental block or whatever. They are division rivals, and I think that was their toughest opponent of the whole playoffs. Not because the Packers are the best team in the playoffs, but because these two teams hate each other so much that it's always a close and crazy game, and the Bears are always underdogs against them. Soldier Field in the playoffs is a different animal. The crowd just watched their team pull off an 18-point comeback. They believe. And look at the formula. Elite turnover defense, a clutch quarterback, weapons emerging at the right time, strong coaching, and momentum. This isn't some miracle run. They've got the pieces. In playoff football, it's all about matchups and moments. The Bears can trade turnovers to swing momentum. They can score in bunches when they need to, and they've proven they never quit, no matter the deficit. Now look, we all know the Bears aren't the favorites, but they absolutely have the formula to make a deep run. They're the 2 seed, they're home for divisional round, and they just proved against their biggest rival that no lead is safe against them. Don't be surprised if we're talking about the Chicago Bears playing in Super Bowl 60 in a few weeks. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Can the Bears actually pull this off? And if you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe for more content.